Hello everyone, welcome to your new course which is Python, and this is one of the most important language that you have to know in doing data science, right? So there are a lot of things you need to explore in Python, including its libraries, including from there onwards to start including other things like statistics and machine learning. So everything is related from this particular level which is called Python. Okay, so let's get started and see basically what is Python and what are its features and limitations. And first let's understand the language, then let's go forward with this particular course. Okay. So what is Python? Basically, it's a high-level and general-purpose language known for its simplicity and readability. It was created by Guido van Rossum and first released in 1991. So Python is generally called a high-level language. Now, what is a high-level language? So high-level languages are those languages like say C, C++, Fortran, right? Python, all these are known as high-level language. That means it is simply understood by humans as well as machines. Okay, so we don't need to feed anything on the machines itself. It will understand on its own this particular language. So this particular language is designed in such a way that it is easily understood by both humans and machines. That's why it is called high level language. And general purpose language means what? It is not, this Python programming is not only made for doing hardcore coding and getting your different kinds of learning algorithms and all, or creating algorithms. It is much beyond that. So we will also see what are the different applications of Python we are having in this particular market scenario. Okay, so general purpose means it can be used for all kinds of things, starting from web development, something like creating some apps, right? And lots other more things, and gaming also. If you want to talk about gaming also, Python is widely used in gaming sector as well, right? So it's a general purpose, that is, it's used not only for one particular task of creating algorithms or something, but it is much beyond that. Okay, and it's also very simple and readability is quite high. That is, any user or any particular person who is using Python programming, so it's very simple for them to write a Python code because it requires very less number of code lines compared to the ones we do in other languages like C or C++. And the readability of this Python programmings are quite very simple to know. If any other layman also sees the Python code, he or she will not take much than 1 minute to understand it. Yes, so let's get started and see. So the benefits of Python. So why are we using Python and what are its benefits in data science? So let's get started. First of all, it's easy for beginners. So let you, anyone who has started with Python, right? So it's very easy for us to understand what is Python programming and how to read and how to write a Python code, right? Because the syntax is quite simple. Syntax is nothing but the grammar of a particular language. So you have seen English language also when you learn in English language. So they also have a particular set of grammar rules, right? Similarly, in Python also we have a set of grammar rules which are known as syntax. So the syntax also is very easy to gulp and then to allow them to present in a form of code. Okay. In-demand skill, of course, you know that Python is so much in demand nowadays in the market, no matter it's data science or mostly in data science, but somewhere around full stack development also Python is needed. In many other platforms, in gaming platforms also Python is needed along with Java, right? So it's a very in-demand skill, and it's widely used across different industries, particularly in data science, AI and automation, because here this Python coding helps a lot. Yes. Extensive libraries. So further on, when you go forward with this particular course, you'll be able to see Python's libraries which are used for different purposes, like say for example NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, right? All these libraries are used for various purposes. Some are used for analyzing purpose, data analysis. Some are used for computing purpose. Some are used for visualization purpose. So you can imagine writing a code and getting a visual out of it. So that's how interesting it is. So those things can be done with the help of Python libraries. Okay. Now, what are the features of this Python language? Firstly, it's simple and easy to learn, as we have mentioned. So it's interpreted language and it's dynamically typed, and also it's platform independent. First and foremost thing, the main thing of Python is that it's platform independent. That means this Python programming is not only is supported in Windows platform, it is also supported in Linux platform or Mac OS platform as well. Okay, so regardless of any platform you work on, Python is easily adaptable. Okay. Now let's talk about that dynamically typed means what? That is, you can use Python coding along with some other coding languages also. Like, so sometimes what happens, some C++ users can also include some bits of Python programming inside it also. So then also it will work. Whereas Python can be used and it can be involved in some cases of other programming languages as well. That's why it is dynamically typed. Okay. Now let's talk about the applications of Python. So as I said, that it's not only related to something data science or automation purpose, it is also something beyond that. For example, web development and data science and machine learning, in game development, and also in automation and scripting, right? So any automation that we have seen in case of many systems of different companies or different systems of AI tools that has got emerged in industries nowadays, everywhere this Python program is required. Yeah. Now let's talk about the limitations of Python. As you know that any programming tool or any tool that you use has both its pros and cons, right? So as Python has so much innumerable inputs to give us to the users, there are also some kind of limitations that we have to understand while using Python. First of all, the performance issues. So performance issues means what? If we run a whole set of the Python language or Python code is big enough, so it might take some performance issues. That it might run a bit less, very smaller time, okay, or else we can say that it is running a bit slower than has to be. So that might take a larger time to get executed or processed than it should have been when the coding is involved in a large scale. Okay. Memory consumption. So whenever you use a Python language, right, there are some might be keywords, or there are some might be sentences, or there might be some lines that might take a longer time of consumption and longer space in the memory, and also it might take longer time to execute. So whenever some coding lines take a longer time to execute, they also suffice enough set of memory also within them. So this is also one particular drawback. Then one time is a runtime error. So this runtime error is not only for Python language, is also for SQL language, C++ language, and other languages. Any coding language that we do, there are runtime errors that is going to happen, right? Because we're writing a code, so we can sometimes misspell some keywords, or we can not give some enough space or enough indentation or enough comma or space like that, right? So these are known as runtime error when we do some kind of this much of silly mistakes during typing the program and then running it. So we'll get to see that what type of error is it. Okay, you'll also get to know that what type of error we are dealing with in Python programming and how we can handle those errors as well, okay, later on in this particular course. So this is all about Python that you have to know before you start with learning Python. Okay, so I hope you all have enjoyed this particular session. Stay tuned for the next video. Thank you.